Tracy Martin.
Mr Speaker, I rise on behalf of New Zealand First to take a call after that member just resumed his seat. And this is what happens, unfortunately, when you have members of the National Party backbench who get a few notes with some statistics in them and a couple of actual clauses who know nothing about what they're talking about. That's what's really unfortunate about discussions like this. New Zealand First will not only be supporting this bill, it will commit at the next election to do exactly what this bill does if it does not pass tonight. And that is because for the education of the member who just removed his seat, there was absolutely no need for charter schools inside the New Zealand system. And if there is madness going on today in America, this is madness that came out of America. Failing charter schools in America have shown the way that this is not necessary in the New Zealand system. And the lovely Mr David Bennett, a seat warmer from way back, has decided to join an education debate that again he knows nothing about. So, New Zealand First, who actually speaks to the current education system, who knows that charter schools have had no higher outcome than any other state school across the nation when you take them on. And I'm going to, Mr Seymour, given half a chance, will raise up and say charter schools, Vanguard has had 100% NCA level 2. Yes, he will. And I'll ask him to go and have a look at the number of state schools, Maharangi College, for example, who in the last educational academic year had 100% pass rate for Pacifica students. Will Mr Seymour stand up and acknowledge any of the state schools? No, he will not, because Mr Seymour and the ACT Party hangs their hat on a single privatisation of the education system, which is charter schools. And I refer, the reason why charter schools must be disestablished is, I refer to a conversation with Alwyn Poole before charter schools even entered the marketplace, where Mr Seymour and other members of the ACT Party went to meet with Mr Poole and said, we guarantee you between $12,000 and $15,000 a student, so that what you're making in a private school, we can guarantee you that from the taxpayer's pocket. This is a waste of money. This is a waste of education dollars. We do not have enough precious education dollars in the current system. And I notice Martima Fox is in the House. I notice that Ms Fox in the last few days has asked for every Māori MP to stand up for Māori students, 95% of who are in mainstream English medium schools. And yet she supports the same government that strips out the funding for Tiko Tahitanga. She supports the same government that strips out the other supports for those Māori students inside mainstream schools. To do what, sir? To do what? Where Whangaruru was closed, where the Whangarei could have been special character school. Alwyn Poole should be a private school. Vanguard should be an alternative school. Do not come near me, Mr Seymour. Do not come near me, Mr Seymour, unless you're crossing the floor for a vote. Then come on over and see the error of your ways, Mr Seymour. Vote on the side that knows education. Vote on the side that stands up for the education and the public system of New Zealand. Here is a young man who spent 6 months in a think tank, and unfortunately it's gone to his head. And this government has allowed that party to dictate and waste New Zealand taxpayers' dollars on this system. I compliment Mr Hipkins. He is a wise man. He is a lucky man to get this bill out of the ballot. Mr Hipkins, it's a shame he cannot be here, although he has bigger things to do with his life, I understand it. But I stand with Mr Hipkins, I stand with the opposition parties, I stand with those who care about public education, Mr Bishop. I stand with them, Mr Bennett, those who believe in public education, who believe the government should not say to parents, you just vote with your feet, have at it, and if it fails, too bad for your children. We believe in standards, we believe in the New Zealand curriculum, we believe in the teaching profession, not like that party who says anybody can teach, just have at it and let our children be the losers. New Zealand First will support this bill because the bill should be supported and charter schools should close.